Hi, in this short demo, we will see how to add a router to the LAN we created in demo 1. Here is the LAN we created previously. We will go and see the routers. We have so many routers. For this demo, anyone is going to work. We only need a router with a LAN interface, that is fast Ethernet or gigabit Ethernet interface. I'll take 1841 for example. If you want to see what ports are there, you just hover over the router, or you go to the magnifier and click on port status summary table. So we have two fast Ethernet and no serial ports. This is fine for this demo, two fast Ethernets. And if I go back here, you need to know their names. It's fast Ethernet 00 and fast Ethernet 01. To connect the switch to the router, you need a serial, a straight copper. You can use any port in the switch unless you need a fiber connection. For this model, we don't have a fiber connection. You can use any port in the switch, but on the router you need to be very careful because this is going to be later the default gateway of your network. So I'm connecting it to the fast Ethernet 00. So now the router is connected physically to the LAN, but I still need to configure the port. This port is shut down by default. I need to enable it and give it an IP address. There are so many ways how to give it an IP address, but in packet tracers the easy way is to click on the config and you go to the port and make the port on and give it an IP address. I'll give it this IP address, 192.168.1.1, the same subnet mask. The port is on now and the IP address is given to it with the right subnet mask. See now the switch and the router are negotiating. See the amber color is going to turn to green soon. You still, however, can accelerate this by clicking on the simulation and real time. Why it is important to know the port number and the port IP address? Because for all these hosts in the LAN to work properly, they need to know what is the IP address of the router's port, and this is called default gateway. Default gateway is needed to be known by all hosts in order to communicate with any other host outside their LAN. Inside the LAN, there is no need for the default gateway, but to communicate with the outer world, all hosts in the PC need to know the default gateway. So you can go to any PC here, desktop, and now give it the default gateway, 192.168.1.1. If this is not configured properly, the device will not be able to communicate with any other host outside its LAN. Same thing should be done to all other hosts in the LAN. So we just added a router, configured a port from the GUI interface, not using the iOS commands, and configured the default gateways in all other hosts. To make sure your connection is right, the best way is to ping the router from any host. How to ping the router? You just ping any IP address in the router. At this stage we know one IP address, which is fast Ethernet 00, and the address is 192.168.1.1. Ping 192.168.1.1. I'm trying to ping the default gateway. Successful ping. So the devices can communicate with the router properly. In this demo, I just showed you how to connect the router to a switch and configure the port using the GUI interface.